mention my name, Chris Gorman or Gorman.
You just mentioned it, and you're being filmed.
I'm Chris Gorman. Mention it. Gorman. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Redemption is the day that the Messiah is announced by either God or the prophet Elijah to the world on television who he is. And then everybody gets to say, oh, this is our great new celebrity that we never heard of. And we get to realize that there was this really cool guy who's approximately 30, but looks younger, really is all that, and knows how to help us out in a lot of cool ways. And he's really our friend after all, which is a great big metaphor for the fact that God is that and always has been all along. And so the real redemption of life is not the real day. The day that I become the king of the world is not my big day. It is God's big day. It's God's big day, and I've known that for not forever, but for at least 6 months. But you ain't seen nothing yet. Guess what else I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, guess what else? I'm the whole universe is now the kingdom of Israel. And World War III has just ended. Because World War III has begun with the event of the Islamic Jihad, of challenging the temple versus the palace, of God's truest religion, Islam, claiming that it knew better than the Christian religion, the second most powerful religion in the world, had the power to dictate morality. But they were both right. And therefore, I will make a new amendment to the Constitution as the king of the universe, which says that prior to the preamble of the Constitution, which is we, the people, etc., of the United States, prior to that, there will be the sentence. The greatest catchphrase of Islam of all time, which is this: there can be no victory except through God. But I've got something better than you for that. I want you to. Did you just close it? You can start a new video. Whatever, do your thing. I trust you. I would like to introduce you to a new woman. She's a girl. She's the most beautiful girl in the entire universe. And her name is Nikki Rose DePaul. And she's my best childhood friend growing up. And she always told me, Chris, I'm your best friend from childhood. I met her when I was 13 and she was 12. Exact bar mitzvah age for Judaism. And I asked her out for a million years and she said, Chris, I like you as a friend, but I don't love you. And I said, I know you're lying. Nikki Rose DePaul, which means, if you translate it, Victory Rose from Paul. St. Paul was one of the incarnations. St. Paul was a later incarnation of Jesus of Nazareth, which sounds crazy, but it's true.
It's either that or he suckered his way into history, and both of those seem equally unlikely.
Wait, what? What? Say it again. What? No, I didn't hear you.
If he wasn't, the alternative is that he weaseled his way into history by playing the part.
Well, there's a famous phrase in Catholicism which goes like this. Well, you gotta give your name, or a pseudonym or something. First name or last name, because you just interject. Well, because you're chicken. Then your name is Ronald Weasley.
Alright.
Ronald Weasley. I'm Professor Snape. What is your position? And what is your evidence?
My position is leaning. But if you're asking about what happened before...
Can somebody else give me a cigarette, or do you guys not have enough to, refuel me? I give you, 50 cents, to replenish. Thank you. Sorry, man. Have you guys never read the Harry Potter books?
No, we have.
Okay, well then I will say that Runal Wazalib has just interjected me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you haven't read the books. It's from the 6th book.
Okay, in that case I don't know it.
It's remember when when Harry Potter casts Sanctum Sempra, and he knife cuts the Draco Malfoy and is about to kill him. Like, he could die from the wounds, but then Severus Snape casts a healing spell. Instantly knows the healing spell to save it. It's because he invented the spell. He invented Sanctum Sempra. And this wasn't in the movie because it would make the movie last 4 hours long. It would be too complicated.
Okay.
But in the book, he says Ronald Weasley has a fake has a cheat pen for his school classes that makes him like take down all his perfect notes and recite them perfectly for his exams.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not perfect. Neither is any cheat mechanism in life ever.
It's just a tool.
That's right. It's just a tool. But if you're deceiving, it will never deceive the all-knowing, the everlasting God. I hope you're recording this because it's really cool. And the Messiah himself takes interest in the Harry Potter because it's one of the great allegories of the Messiah. Guess what else it is? Lord of the Rings, guys. Lord of the Rings. We can get into that later if you want. But anyway, one of the funniest things from the Harry Potter, the funniest thing from the Harry Potter books that I've read. Let's see, I've read 3 of the 7 Harry Potter books. I've read 4, 6, and 7. I'm being honest. This is cool because I'm not a skilled novel reader. It's a skill to read novels. I can read. I'm college educated. I have a college degree. It's a skill to read novels. Some people are naturally good at novels. Maybe most people, literate people, are naturally good at reading novels. I'm not. Maybe it's a learning disability. My point is, maybe I'm dumber than you. I hope so. I'm not trying to be smarter than you. I'm trying to help you. My job as the Messiah is not to be your master. It's to be your friend. And if you don't understand that, then you'll never live in my kingdom. The point is, Severus Snape says to Harry Potter, who borrowed his best friend's book who borrowed Ronald Weasley's book to get out of getting expelled from school from Severus Snape, and his book said, who's not Severus Snape is a conspirator. He's he's like the Messiah. He's like equal of deception with good versus evil, but he's not a bad guy. He's just a person who practices the art of deception, Kabbalah, which means reverse psychology, deceiving the deceiver, lying to the devil to make the good thing happen. And Severus Snape says to his friend who had a book that his pen inscribed incorrectly everything. It said, "Why does your book?" Because he borrowed it from Ron. Why does your book say for the ownership? Why does it say, "This book belongs to Runa Wazalib"? And guess what Harry Potter said? It's not in the movie because it's too it would make the movie last an hour longer to explain it. But do you know why? Do you know what Harry Potter said in Harry Potter 6? He said, "Snape, that's my nickname." That's funny. The books are better than the movies. The books are really good. I love the movies, but that's a good testimony to how a good novel can be better than a movie. I know everyone says that, but I think that Lord of the Rings are actually equal to the books, in some ways better than the books. But in Harry Potter, I think that they're maybe better than the books or something, for movies, because movies are a different media. It's hard. They do things that are really genius. They actually both do. But anyway. So Severus Snape says, why does your book say He's trying to follow the rules. Severus Snape is a man of the rules. My favorite character from Harry Potter is Snape. But guess who else's favorite character from Harry Potter is? Severus. Everybody else I know his favorite character from Harry Potter is Snape.
My favorite is Voldemort.
Really? Okay, I like him too. I do like him too.
Yeah.
I like him too, but I'm not the only person who likes Snape. I mean, he's like because he has principles. He's not evil. He knows that he serves a higher purpose. He knows that he has principles, and that he exists for a reason. And that God even made the devil for a reason. God even made Voldemort for a reason. God, like Voldemort represents the devil.
Unnecessary evil.
That's right. But real magic, in real life, magic is worse, is more powerful than Harry Potter, but different. So, for example, in Harry Potter, so pretend this thing is no. I'm gonna take another thing. I'm gonna take a stick to prove I'm not crazy. This stick is like a stick. If I'm a wizard, I could say, Aloha Mora, and no door open. I could say, what's another spell? Avada Kedavra! You don't die. Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Not only that, but I don't want you to die. I was just acting. I was acting hateful. But in Harry Potter, you have to act like you want the president to die in order for it to happen. This is teaching us about life. Magic is real. Witchcraft is real. Witchcraft, magic, they're the same thing. They're real. And there's a good version of witchcraft. And when you and God taught me the spell as a revelation, a prophecy from God. I get no credit. I did not earn this knowledge. God taught me as a revelation. And I'll tell you how it happened. I said to myself, God, because there's a bunch of pop songs, like there's a song by Coldplay, there's a song by the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, made God put a smile on my face. I'm like, okay, because I noticed that God puts a smile on my face if you say His name and you're in a right state of mind, joyous state of mind. You have to be in a joyous state of mind to receive prophecy. You have to be in a joyous state of mind to cast white magic. Not meaning automatically happy. It means being receptive to joyousness. You have to be receptive to joy. My flame right now. Can I throw me a lighter, please? Just kick it over. Just kick it over. Just be like, oh. I'll catch it. I didn't catch it. I'm sorry. But I'm left-handed. That's why.
Right.
But I'm actually good normally at catching.
Do you remember the meaning behind the Feast of the Epiphany?
Oh, the Virgin Mary?
No. Not the Assumption. The Feast of the Epiphany.
Oh, the three wise men. Yeah, one of the meanings is that the Prophet Muhammad would come and someday in the future.
Pause. Rewind. That wasn't that was what happened. But the meaning and the lesson to take away from it was always this.
That Latin Americans celebrate Christmas on the 6th. No, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
That epiphany.
When you get in this, what are you afraid of, brother?
Your epiphany.
Are you afraid of truth? You're afraid that you might be wrong.
No.
I am too, and that's why I'm getting in front of the camera, because I can't be wrong because I'm the Messiah. Go ahead.
The Feast of the Epiphany, the grand new idea, the grand new Jesus, the grand new Savior, all of that was completely blind. It was completely not revealed to those of the Orthodox. That is the message that is hammered in every time. That the truth and the wisdom and all of these new things that couldn't evolve from the old things.
That's right, and that's why the prophecy of the Mayans for the 2012 has to do with my arrival as king. And even though that's not Christian, and God gave me a prophetic vision, and I'm going to drink alcohol in front of the camera. I don't care. It's not illegal. It's not illegal to drink alcohol on YouTube. It's not. It's not. You know it's not. It's illegal to have sex on YouTube. But I'm not gay, and there's no women here, and I'm not a fornicator. You heard my point, sir. You got some proof that I heard what I said. You said, right?
Yes, but you're not seeing what I saw.
Well, then come back and tell me more. Why don't you get in front of the camera? Why don't you be less shy? You're being just like my girlfriend. You're being just like Nikki Rose.
You're just like the Orthodox.
I am Orthodox.
And the Epiphany was never given to the Orthodox.
It was given to both. It was given to both at the same time.
The lesson was that those of the Orthodox had to be kind and hospitable to their pagan friends, by which the Epiphany would come.
Well, I agree with you, sir, but at the same time, in my humble opinion, that means that what you're saying is that God, 2,000 years ago, I'm trying to agree with you, like with your stick to the man point.
I'm listening.
With your stick it to the man. Christianity is two things. I'll teach you what it means. Christianity is two things. One, the search for Jesus. That's what it is. And its motto is, stick it to the man. And you're telling me something which has a great stick it to the man point.
It's all within context. There's
Right.
a balance.
Yeah, but I know a thing or two about history. I'm telling you that I know a little about what we're talking about. I agree with you. Let me elaborate. You said, I'm getting sidetracked. You said that you believe
That the Orthodoxy needs reception for Epiphany.
that's right, but what you don't get is that revelation of Christmas was a simultaneous revelation for both the Orthodox and the non-Orthodox people at the exact same time. Because if you don't understand, the Bible tries to treat Jesus of Nazareth and Miriam, Mary, and it's trying to say that those were not only Jewish people, they were observant Orthodox Jewish people. They were the Orthodox recipients. The wise men were the non-Orthodox people who came from foreign lands, who also knew the truth about the Messiah and about revelation about God. What do you think about that?
It's true.
That's my point.
Okay.
It's a simultaneous revelation about everyone being revealed to by God. That all their superstitious beliefs, when they were correct, were correct, and it filtered out the ones that were false. But the filtering had already begun years before that anyway. What do you think
And
about that?
there was a why for the filtering as well.
Sorry?
There was a why for the filtering as well.
There was a why to the filtering?
Why? A question. Why? Like it's an operator.
That's right. Why did the filtering happen?
No. Why? The question.
That's
Not
right.
in quotation marks.
Why?
The question
W-H-Y.
why is
That's right.
what happened.
With the filtering, yeah.
But why doesn't have to be the question that runs and rules us.
In
How
what?
can
In
be
what?
the question that runs and rules us instead?
In ools us?
That a question that rules us.
Why don't you come into the frame?
Because I find it ironic that you're having yourself sit in a place of a person to be stoned or imprisoned. And through these bars, I just look back and forth, waiting for you to stand up.
Oh, you want me to stand up? well, then you don't understand filmmaking, because this guy's a film director. If I did that, it would make him have to do work, wouldn't it, brother?
Indeed.
So I know about filmmaking. That's all I was doing to you, brother.
Yeah.
That's all. I know it would make my friend have to do work for no reason.
Oh, don't worry. I can lean against this wall.
Yeah,
Just like you're leaning against that wall.
but he doesn't. People don't understand unless you want to pan around and show the fact that he's behind like physical bars.
I'd only be able to do that if I had his permission.
Well, it sounds like he gave it to you because otherwise, that makes sense. What he said makes no sense.
He shook his head.
The revelation was never accepted by the Orthodoxy. So a new institution had to be formed to eat it.
What? Say it again.
The revelation was never given to the Jewish Orthodoxy, so the Roman Catholic Church had to come in and eat it.
That's not completely true. What happened is that the revelation was given to everyone, and different groups of the different people had to interpret it the way that they could figure out how to, and then from that.
So yeah, I agree with your idea that it's based on cosmic events that aren't related to the specific players here on Earth. But at the same time, it leaves a lot more to be questioned than the question of how or why. Like, how did this come to be, or why is this like the way that it is? Instead, you can focus on the how of improvement, or the how of trying to figure it out with a system that isn't one of the present ones, because the present ones are obviously broken. Like, it's a weird sense of alternative view.
No, well, I mean, there was the Sanhedrin, there was the Sadducees, and they had deep flaws by modern thinking in terms of how they view the Bible, and they don't even this two people don't even exist anymore.
I agree with you.
And my point is that it sounds like that's what you're mentioning. You're talking about the over-conservative people who were crazy in the first place, and you're saying that
These things happen in cycles, and it's kind of a flow that I'm.
Well, I just don't understand your point.
Yeah. But I don't know how to explain it other than through epiphany.
So you're a witch or a wizard or what? You're a druid? What's how he told you I was here to help you.
I really don't know what to
I
learn.
already got new shoes on that he gave me, so I don't need that.
Huh? I'm confused now.
Listen, I'm a little pissed off because I didn't think this day went really well for me. If you guys can chip in and give me $3 before I leave you guys tonight, chip in.
Hey, we're not going to leave you. Just
Okay, cool.
turn off the camera. We can talk more about crazy ideas.
Yeah, because I at least want to buy another bottle of alcohol before I get to
Yeah.
sleep tonight.
But the orthodoxy, and by that I mean the people that would.
No, brother, I love you. It's nothing personal.
Alright.
It's nothing like that. I'm just, I have nothing against you personal. I'm trying to answer your questions, and it sounds like you're refusing to admit evidence for no reason.
Huh? What? Re-say that.
It sounds like I'm giving you evidence or an opportunity to consider a new type of way of thinking about something, and that you are trying to refuse to admit it or kind of rolling your eyes at it as if you're better than that. It's impossible.
There's another structure that you failed to disprove with the evidence that you present.
What's that?
It's something that I can't say.
This is Talmudic. This is so Talmudic. You know what the Talmud is? It's the legal district of the Bible.
It's okay.
Okay. No. I'm not apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to the universe. I wish you would come to the camera, brother. But anyway, I trust you.
But
Anything
knowing
you want,
that
anything you
those
want, anything you
conditions
want.
exist.
I know you're shy. Get anything you want. Go. Conditions exist for what?
If the conditions exist where I'm not going to speak more about this on the camera, then why wouldn't you turn off the camera if you wanted to know more? Are you on a quest for?
Okay.
truth
Well,
or a
then
quest for
he could turn it off. No, I don't want the camera more. I want help.
I can turn off the camera right now. It's about to die anyway.
Okay. Cool. Well, we can do it later. Yeah.
All right, it is off.
We can do it later. Yeah. I want
I'm
help.
starting now.